Let it go. Let it go. That's what we're going to talk about this morning. Are you ready to let it go? Well, before we get into that, though, let me remind you, this coming Tuesday is going to be my next training event. Are you guys signed up yet for that? Secrets of self-direction. I'm going to teach you how to be a powerhouse performer in this live training. It's happening this Tuesday night, and would love to have you. Love to have you in the class. Virtual seats are limited, so it's always first come, first serve, and there will be a link in the description, so you can get signed up there. And you guys crack me up. It's a big contest to see who can be first on the stream. Aaron, you're first. He's like, first, I got there. Yes. Yeah, hey, when you're a competitive soul, I get it. I totally get it. Good to have you guys here, by the way. We do this every week. If you're brand new, welcome. We do this every weekday at this time, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. Of course, for Phil in Tokyo right now, it's probably about 9:30 at night, give or take, something like that. So appreciate you guys being here. So let it go. This morning, I was awakened about an hour and a half, who's counting, early, by a text from a client in Turkey. And this is the client that I mentioned several days ago that I'm letting go. Speaking of letting go, I'm letting them. Sometimes it's the clients that you got to let go too. Just because, I don't know if it's a cultural thing, it's a communication thing. It's just the back and forth they're killing me. And then they text me this morning and woke me up early. I don't like to be awakened from my sleep. Do not like it. I don't like it when my alarm goes off. That's bad enough. But waking me up an hour and a half early, not good. So anyhow, I got to get that squared away. But I digress. So got the coffee made, let the dogs out this morning, and had some time on my hands. And so I thought, instead of just diving into work, I'm just going to sit and call it meditation, if you like. And I'm a big believer in meditation. I don't do it as regularly as I should. I like to say that I try to do it every day. I don't know that I actually accomplish it every day, but I try. And for me, meditation is letting go. It's primarily letting go. Letting go my expectations, letting go my ego, letting go my hurts, letting go my frustrations, even letting go of my victories and my, the good stuff, because you just can't hold on to stuff, be it good or bad, and make progress. And so I'm just sitting there, just trying to, just kind of start with a blank slate, just let stuff go. And I started, and of course, that lasts for about, 3 seconds. And then my mind just starts to think about stuff. And my mind was thinking about relating the idea of letting go to voiceover. And yeah, I'm not going to break into chorus, singing the soundtrack to the Disney movie Frozen. That won't happen. That's not what this is all about. So you're welcome for that. Don't run. You can stay. It's safe. But I was thinking about one of the biggest difficulties I have as a voiceover coach is working with people's expectations. And I think one of the most important things you can do as a voiceover talent, especially earlier on in your career, is to let go of expectations. Because none of us have control of outcomes. We don't. All we have control of are the processes, our actions, our attitudes, our thoughts. But in terms of where those go, we know, because we have all of history to tell us that if we do the right things, we can reasonably expect that good things will happen. Not that bad things won't, but we know that's how it works. So my big piece of advice for you this morning is to let go primarily of expectations. Yeah, let go of baggage. You don't want to carry your baggage into the studio with you. It will affect everything that you do. But let go of your expectations too. It's so interesting, even to see my own path. It didn't work out exactly the way I thought. It actually ended up working out way better than I could have imagined. But sometimes it takes longer than you think. Sometimes it doesn't take nearly as long as you think. I've got students who reach six-figure status relatively quickly. Some that it takes longer. Of course, a lot of that is based on how much time you have to put into it. But also, it has to do with focus. I can't tell you how many students who come into my program, and then they'll start listening to all these other voices. Well, this person said that. This person said, no, I need to be doing this. And then before you know it, they're doing this big zigzag. Instead of drawing a straight line from A to B, they're zigzagging all over the place, making very little progress, and wonder why they're not, why their expectations haven't been met. Well, it's because you got distracted. So there's a lot of reasons for that. But I just want to encourage you today just to let go of expectations and just to do what's in front of you. And that is so hard for me to do. So I get it. So I'm preaching to the choir here. But let it go and deal with what's in front of you and do it to the best of your ability. Don't make excuses. Don't point at other people. You take responsibility for yourself and you do the best you can today. And if you do that, good things are going to happen to you. They may happen faster than you expect. It may happen slower than you'll expect, but it will happen. And I think the sooner we can let go of expectations, the happier and more peaceful our lives become. And I know it sounds like I'm waxing a bit philosophical here, but these are the kind of things that are important to me as a human being and as a voiceover talent, because I know if I've got my head right, if I can get my head right, everything else will follow. And it's not a mistake or coincidence that when you come into my voiceover blueprint program, the first module, the first thing you go through is mindset, getting the mind right. Because it doesn't matter how much talent you have or you don't have. It doesn't matter what your history is or what it's not, what you've done, what you haven't done. If your head isn't right, nothing's going to go right. And a big part of mindset is just letting go of your expectations and dealing with the realities that are in front of you. And if we could just learn to do that in all aspects of our lives, we'd be so much happier. So today, let it go. Whatever it is, you just let it go. Ride the wave. Make good choices. As your mother always told you growing up, make good choices. Do the right thing. And if you do that consistently and long enough, good things will happen. All right. So hopefully during those few minutes, you guys got signed up are you signed up now for my class on Tuesday night? Link below in the description. I want to see you there because, of course, one big component of being successful in voiceover is you've got to be able to compete when it comes to auditions. And we talked yesterday that it's not so much about the sound of your voice, it's understanding the story and how to relate to that story. That's the kind of thing that we're going to be dealing with on Tuesday. This will be a class to enable and empower you to be effective in your auditions. When you get those opportunities, you've got to nail it down. The demo will open up the door of opportunity, but it's your audition that seals the deal. And that's what we're going to work on this Tuesday. So I hope to see you there for that. Aaron, yes, was first this morning into the stream. Welcome, Aaron. Phil in Tokyo. We've got Joe in Virginia, Bill. It's a cool 39 in Boise. Wow, that's getting dangerously close to freezing. Jack in Phoenix, looking forward to Tuesday. Fantastic, Jack. Looking forward to seeing you there. Denise, hello from Long Island. Hey, Greg in Nashville, South Carolina, or rather North Carolina. So sorry about that. We've got Brian in Tucson. Kathy, good morning to you in Edmonton, Canada. We've got John in San Diego. First time catching the Morning Huddle live. John, well, a special good morning and welcome. Ring the bell. That's my special acknowledgement bell. Is that what, yeah, the special acknowledgement bell. We use it for a variety of things. Kathy in Edmonton, or Colby rather. I'm sorry, I just mentioned Colby in Canada. John in San Diego. Melissa, San Diego. Corey in Wisconsin. John, how you doing? Keith in Renton, Washington. Gregory, it's beginning to cool down in Ringgold, Georgia. So, cool is relative, right? So, Gregory, when you say cool, you mean like 30s, 40s, 60s, 70s maybe? But cooler than it has been, for sure. Bob in Reidsville, North Carolina. Looking forward to Tuesday's training. Awesome. Sandra, how are you doing in Dallas-Fort Worth? Corey in Middle Point, Ohio. Ms. Johnny in Houston, Texas, how are you doing? Doug, what's up in Greensboro, North Carolina? Rob in sunny San Francisco. Rob, it's almost always sunny in San Francisco, isn't it? I think you've used sunny to describe your experience almost every morning that you're on. I definitely need to get it out there and check it out because nobody loves sunshine more than this guy right here. We've got Mike in Alabama. I think I mentioned this the other day. I'm going to mention it again, but Alabama makes me think of it. Muscle Shoals, Alabama. There's a famous studio called Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals, and I've been watching the documentary for maybe the fourth time, and it is so cool. It is like, if you have any interest in music and recording, oh my gosh, last night that's where Aretha Franklin really took off. When she left, CBS Records dumped her. And then she went to Fame Recording Studios in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. And those guys, man, they brought out the Aretha Franklin that we all know and love now. And it's amazing what those guys were able to pull off down there in that little town with those local musicians. It's crazy. Let's see here. Hit that thumbs up button for the amazing host. Well, thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. Scotty. Howdy-ho there, neighbors from Brookings, South Dakota. David in Gardner, Kansas. Not first, but no less enthusiastic. I appreciate that, David. Ron is in Charleston, South Carolina. Is signed up for the class. Fantastic. Amanda in sunny Westchester, Pennsylvania. Terry, good morning to you in Falston, Maryland. In life, you must do what you must do. Mindfulness and staying centered works for me. Absolutely. John in Rhinebeck, New York. Denise. I let go of an audition outcome yesterday, and same client gave me a new opportunity today. Yeah. I'm carrying that, that weight around doesn't help. You do it. And that's one of the things I learned to do early on is I audition, I set it and forget it. I don't go back and, for instance, if I were to do an audition today on Voice123 or Voices.com, I would not go back and look at it. Once I do it, I do it. It's done. I'm moving on. If you're back looking to see have they looked at it yet? Have they listened to it yet? There's nothing productive in that I can think of. Except it's burning time that you could be doing another audition. Rob, how are you doing? Wally in Annapolis, Maryland. Wade in Philadelphia. Rob says, greetings from 34,000 feet over southern Iowa, headed to the Miramar Air Show. Oh, Rob, you're announcing the Miramar Air Show. You're at 34,000 feet over southern Iowa. I'm guessing that you're not flying your own plane. I'm guessing you're in a commercial jet right now. Well, safe travels to you, Rob. Have fun. Good deal. Marie from Texas. Yes, Marie is asking, does it cost anything to be a part of your Blueprint program? Yes, it does. And to find out more, if you just go below, hit the link in the description, and you'll get more information on that. Rusty in the UP of Michigan. DeCarlos, how are you doing? You're very welcome, DeCarlos. Hey, Derek in Kennewick, Washington. Claire says, good morning, Professor from Prescott, Arizona. Thank you, Claire. Hey, and by the way, Claire did a great job the other day. She's in my Blueprint, and on Wednesdays I do a webinar for my students. It's Q&A, but also I give them a chance to read and get feedback and coach them. And Claire volunteered to read, and it's fun to watch somebody read and then take some feedback and then just completely elevate their read just based on a little bit of feedback. And it's amazing the difference that it can make, and Claire was certainly proof of that. Sean in Auburn Hills, Michigan. My challenge is getting that first job to validate the path. Yes, I understand, Sean, and hang in there. It will happen, and once it does happen, it does change everything because it cements in here that it can be done, because I know it's always a big question mark until you get that first job. Good morning, Heather in Chattanooga. John, can tell your weight loss. Keep it up. Well, thank you. This morning I got on the scales and I'd gained 2 pounds. And I was telling Vicky, I said, well, that's what a 10-piece McNugget and a milkshake will do. Yesterday, I went off the rails. I've been walking 7 miles every day, which I did yesterday. But for convenience, I went out. I decided I'm going to go out. I'm just going to do fast food. I went to McDonald's. That, like I said, your mom says make good choices. That's good advice to follow throughout your life. Yesterday, I did not follow that advice. I made bad choices. I made a good choice in that I walked. But then going to McDonald's, I got a 10-piece McNugget, not a good choice. And then that just initiated a craving for ice cream. And so then I went to Oberweis Dairy, which if you've never been, oh my gosh. Wow. Had that. And what's interesting is now I've been intermittent fasting too, so I only eat one meal a day. I eat dinner, which, by the way, if you know me at all, you wouldn't even believe me saying that because, usually I'd be crying and belly aching that my blood sugar is dropping by like 11 o'clock, in the morning, and I've got to eat. But it's amazing what your body adjusts to. But you still can't eat crap, You can't eat all day and then go out and go to McDonald's and have a milkshake and expect good things to happen. Anyhow, but yeah, it's, what? That's all right. Course correction. I'm not carrying. I'm letting that go. Yesterday I blew it. I'm letting it go. Course correction. But thank you, John. I appreciate your kind remark. It's good to, clothes that weren't quite so loose before now, feeling very comfy. Charles, it's going to be 95 in McKinney, Texas today. David says Asheville, North Carolina, where it's currently 55. Rob says, I can't lie. It's what makes this state so awesome. Speaking of the sunshine in San Francisco. Yes. Let's see here. Phil says it is 10:30 p.m. in Tokyo. I was close. I was only an hour off. Let's see here. It is Vildhya from Bangalore, India. Good evening. I'll watch all your videos, but first time I've made it to the live stream. Hey, from India, yes. We have somebody from Indiana here just about every day, but not always from India. So good. I appreciate you being here. Rob is flying Delta this morning at 34,000 feet. Maria says, I hear so many amazing things about your Blueprint program. It's hard not to want to join. Yeah, and, would love to put you in the Blueprint. Would love to have you in the Blueprint. And check it out. Just get the information. Claire says, thanks for the shout out. I needed that today. Well, Claire, hey, you deserve it. First of all, she says, OMG, I was so bad yesterday, too, after a 3-day fast. Well, Claire, 3 days, kudos to you. I've never done a 3-day fast. I did a 2-day fast once, but that was a forced fast because I was having a colonoscopy, but never a 3-day fast. Walking will raise overall TDEE. I'm not sure what that is, but I guess it must be good. He says, great call. It'll be a win in the long run. Hi from Belgrade. Hey, thank you, Maria. Appreciate the words of encouragement. And another thing, not to get off on this whole walking thing, because I used to run a lot and did marathons and all that kind of stuff, and I want to do that again. But I'm starting off by. Hey, you want to say hi to my daughter? Hold on just a second. Say hello to Mallory.
Hi, I don't see anything.
Oh, you don't see anything? Hold on a second. Can you see that? It's my webcam.
Oh, nice.
You're on the live stream.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I just had a quick question about these revisions that you did.
Oh, for Voice Bros.
No. For Paradigm.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll call you back after the live stream.
Okay.
Thanks,
right,
hon. Okay. Bye-bye. Yeah. So Mallory, my daughter, who's a very successful voice actor in her own right, she works on a part-time basis for me, just helps me manage stuff, and she's checking on a project. But anyhow, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So the idea is I'm trying to get back to running shape, but my legs are killing me. And I started this walking like in June, and the pain just doesn't go away. And it's always been there, since I did my marathon running, like that was like 30 years ago. No, not quite 30 years ago, but I guess it was about 30 years ago. I've always, it takes me a while when I'm sit up and walking I'm always sore, but then after a few seconds of walking, I'm fine. And it's the same thing when I walk, I'm fine, but man, when I'm done, and it started okay, I'm going off on a whole tangent here, but I'll just say this and then I'll stop. I had a doctor who put me on Crestor, Oh my gosh, it was maybe 12, 13, 15 years ago. I've always had high cholesterol, even when I was a very young, a very thin man. I mean, like 29-inch waist thin. Always have had high cholesterol. And so I went on that, and it immediately affected my muscles, my legs. It just made them feel dead. It was just, I had to stop running. And I've never been the same since then. And I suspect that might have something to do. I quit, and I don't take any statins anymore. And I'm not saying what you should. I'm not trying to start a discussion on that. You do what you need to do. My doctor, she knows what's going on. So, and I'm working on to do best I can, just through diet. But anyhow, my legs just will not get back to normal. Crazy, right? All right, sorry about that. I didn't mean to bore you with my physical ailments, but that's what old people do, right? The older you get, the more you talk about that, and then people just roll their eyes. I was, it's funny. My mom, I love my mom, but she's 85 years old, and she's in excellent health. I mean, all things considering, she doesn't do a lick of exercise, but man, I mean, she's like disease free. She's sharper than I am mentally, and she's dropping me texts. If anybody is sick or dies, she has to notify me. I guess that's so the order you get, I guess that's the more you do that kind of stuff. Let's see here. Okay, let's see what we got. Everybody saying hi to Mallory. Yes, we love Mallory. We do. I love Mallory. And all my kids. If any of my other kids are listening, love you all. Total daily energy expenditure is TDE. Oh, okay, got it. How much your body spends daily, regardless of activities. Gotcha. Okay, thank you, John. It's called being 64. Yes, yes, indeed it is. And Heather, electrolytes, minerals. Yes, 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 yes. And I do all that. But it is what it is. Hey guys, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I am watching, and it's amazing you guys continue to watch. I thought I'd lose you when I started talking about all my physical ailments here, but you guys hung around. I appreciate you. So Tuesday night, don't forget, it's the secrets of self-performance. I'm going to help you guys become powerhouse performers, win more auditions, make more money, get more clients in voiceover. Link is below in the description. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.